What is up, fellow bench warmers? This is your daily fantasy quickie. Hey guys, what's up? Daily fantasy quickie time with me, JJT, your host, and our commish Eric. Day 1 of week 8.
Yeah, day 1 of week 8.
Biggest name today, I guess, is Andrew Nembhard, who performed or played like Tyrese today. 31 points, 13 assists, 8 rebounds, a steal. I think he missed just 4 shots or 5 shots, but really good shooting percentages. But 0 out of 1 on the free throw. I'm not complaining though. Commish would say I'm complaining once again. Looking at the glass half empty.
TJ was out, Tyrese was out, but still good. No, I mean, it's one thing to get 40 minutes, it's another thing to do what he did.
Yeah.
But this guy has been playing very well. There were signs already of him playing well. Even before this, he was already starting for Duarte. Duarte is out also, by the way, so he's already been starting for a while. Had some good games, had some okay games, but overall there were flashes of brilliance, plus that game winner against the Lakers. So of course, a no-brainer, you have to add him if ever he's still available. But I'm sure you streamed him last week and then you kept him, so now you hold him. And if Haliburton comes back, I think you still hold him for a while because he's showing, some good potential upside with this game.
Yeah. He's been rosterable in maybe 14.
Yes.
And up, 14 and deeper leagues, right? Maybe 12 just as a streamer. So yeah, just a hold. You probably got him. Hopefully you didn't drop him after Judgment Day because they had a back-to-back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so another player who missed. Yeah, go.
They did already announce that Tyrese was gonna miss both back-to-back. So yeah. I don't think there was any reason to drop him.
Even now, no reason to drop him now. I think they only have a 1-day break before they play again, if I'm not mistaken. So just hold on. We don't know what's Indiana said Tyrese will miss 2 games, but we don't know. It could be like, let him miss another game or so, right? We don't know if that's another thing that could happen.
I mentioned that Indiana had the number 1 schedule. When we were discussing in our schedule analyzer, we had Indiana there. Best favorable schedule, not streaming schedule, but favorable schedule. They have Minnesota, Washington, and Brooklyn after this. And those are good matchups. And I agree that Haliburton might miss 1 more game or even 2 because Minnesota is their last road game. Then they go home. So they might let Haliburton sit that one out. The problem when they go home is that they have a back-to-back. Washington and Brooklyn the back-to-back again. So they have so that's not ideal for Haliburton. He's just recovering from his groin problem. So maybe Haliburton even misses 1 of those games. So right now, Nembhard is hold until further notice kind of situation.
Yeah, and even if TJ McConnell comes back, I don't think he's going to be replacing him. Even if he does replace him, he'll probably still start. Because he's been starting it anyway with Tyrese. Yeah. So yeah, hold. Tyus Jones was a surprise. Ja Morant was actually the late scratch, making Tyus Jones one of the major streaming options. When I say major, this is like the what do you call this? 1 injury away.
One move away kind of player, Tyus Jones. One Ja Morant mishap from becoming really for me probably has potential to be top 90, top 100 player. If only he's playing for another team. He's one of the better backups, better than Campaign, better than the Shake Miltons. He's better than those guys. And sadly, we don't see it. We won't see it because of Ja Morant's presence in Memphis. Yeah.
Yeah. So Tyus Jones, not a stronghold, but yeah, just wait for any Jamoran news
Mm-hmm.
in the upcoming games. Let's talk about some worry players. I'm pretty sure some of the managers listening in would rather want to hear about some worry players here. Fred VanVleet is the first on the worry list. Buy low. Is it a buy low opportunity for VanVleet? VanVleet's been up and down
He's
this
been
year.
down. I mean, yeah, but he's
He's
mostly
had
down. I think
some early good games, solid games early
way
on.
early, way early good games. But past 5 games are really bad. I mean, 9 points, 27% field goal, not much assists, maybe 4 or 5 assists, a steal maybe a game, and not much free throws. Really, he's not been taking a lot of free throws. He's been in and out actually of the lineup because of illness and then some soreness here and there. So if it's buy low, yes, players like Van Vliet, of course, if you can buy them really low. I mean, we had him a top 20 during the draft, top 24, let's say, second round. But if you can get him for a 50 to 60 kind of player, I think that's a buy low. That's a buy low. Let's say Jalen Brunson. We talked about him
Yeah.
yesterday. We talked about Devin Vassell. These guys like Vassell, we preferred Brunson, but maybe if you have a Vassell, you want to you're afraid of the risk of the tanking and everything. Maybe Fred VanVleet is attainable with Vassell, uh, with the way he's playing. So yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I'm a bit worried in the sense that the Toronto team is mainly, I think, Siakam's team.
And OG.
You know, well,
Actually,
it's not really OG's team, but it's just that OG's game translates better fantasy wise in their lineup, right? He guards the best player, right? And he with Siakam and Van Vliet attracting the defense. OG gets a few open shots here and there, right? He gets lost from the defensive standpoint. Um, it's that's why I'm worried because there's just a bit a lot more weapons there with Toronto.
yeah, that's what I think
Plus he's
also. I
small.
think
Plus he's small. Not
well,
that
plus
I'm not that I'm doubting that he's small, but of course there's a some type of disadvantage there.
injury wise, maybe that makes him risky injury wise. We know that. Plus the minutes not gonna help. Nick Nurse is really gonna run him to the ground with the minutes, so that's not gonna help him also. But I think OG's emergence is also something to consider. It might not be OG's team, but he's offensively, yeah, we know he's a defensive player of the year kind of a defender. But offensively this year he's also been more aggressive. He's been taking more shots, more usage. So that takes away from Van Vliet. Van Vliet's a little older, I think. A
Yeah.
little more experienced already, a little more wear and tear in the body already. So you saw that Gary Trent is coming off the bench. Gary Trent is coming off the bench
Yeah.
because maybe they're trying to balance things out because they're too top heavy right now. OG's taking a lot of shots also. Before OG's was like, you know, happy with just
Plus
defending, getting some shots, but now it's not the same thing.
there's no one there on the bench that can score for you.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Trent plays that role. Don't get me wrong about Van Vliet being small. I think defensively it's easier to guard him because he's smaller, put a bigger guy on him. It's going to make it more difficult for him to maybe score, to move around, right? Especially, in these types of the way the NBA is right now when everyone's playing small, yet everyone's probably bigger than Van Fleet, right? So defensively, I think it's just more challenging for him to
And
score more.
and I think he's not healthy. He's not 100%. That's what I believe. I don't know which soreness. I think it's the knee or something that he's is bothered with. So for me, buy low, but don't expect him to go back to top 20 levels. Actually, he was close to even 17, 18, 16 previous years. I don't see that happening this season with Fred VanVleet.
Yeah.
So it's a worry, really a worry, really a worry.
Yeah, among the list, he's the top guy that we are worried about. Bol Bol,
Yeah.
Bol Bol's game has been, we can say on a
Falling.
decline for
On
a
a
bit.
decline.
I'm
a
not
decline.
sure if the, the return of Fultz and Cole Anthony has contributed to that.
I think it has. Because Fultz and Anthony are real point guards. They're scoring point, they're aggressive real point guards. So they'll have the ball in their hands. They'll have more usage, and that would take away from some of the players in the team.
Yeah, but unlike Fred VanVleet, Bol Bol is someone you just picked off the waiver wire, so it won't hurt as much. Worst case scenario, you just stream the spot for Bol Bol, but of course, right now still a hold. A lot of injured players there in Orlando. No Bamba, no Wendell Carter Jr. Their big guy is Mo Wagner, who played well today, but of course, Bol Bol still has better potential than maybe Wagner does. So yeah, probably still a hold. Don't drop yet.
The peak of Bol Bol was around early November, and during that time, his usage was around 19, 18 to 20%, to as high as 30% actually in one game when he had a 26 points, 12 rebound game. It has started to really go down. I mean, today he had 10%. 2 games ago, 14. 3 games ago, 10%. So it has started to come down. Whether I think having guards, real guards, not Terrence Ross, Gary Harris, real point guards. I mean, not Franz Wagner types that are converted. Really hurts him, and this is not gonna get any better for me because Wendell Carter Jr. or Mo Bamba, when they come in, his minutes would really suffer. He probably is the guy who's gonna go to the bench. He's probably the guy who's gonna come off the bench when everybody's healthy. So yeah, you don't drop him, but the happy days might be over.
Closing in on being over.
Yeah.
Poku has been in and out of the waiver. Actually, just when you think that he's gonna have this solid, nice game, right, and then you pick him up, and then he gives you another dud. Is he still worth picking up? There's a lot of options there in the waiver. I mean, Nembhard. Who else are the guys? Griffin.
Probably AJ Griffin. Probably
Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson tweaked his ankle again today. He did come back, but he didn't finish the game. It was Jarrett Culver who finished the game. So that's something to monitor. We didn't put that in our quick notes. But yeah, I don't see Poku came off the bench. He was starting even when we were struggling for the longest time. And now he comes off the bench for Jalen Williams. I don't know again this OKC if this will stick or the next game he's gonna be back as a starter. But the past few games, 13 minutes, 17 minutes, I don't think it's enough. So I'm dropping him, and then I'll just wait. I'll just wait it out, see if maybe he gets hot. He will get hot, but I can't wait. I don't have the patience to hold a player like that in my team. So I'll probably drop him already for now.
Yeah, and Jalen Williams maybe a little bit better, not very good as well, but just a tad bit more consistent in terms of production at least. He's been okay
and more upside. He's a rookie, so probably we. Still
Are you saying more upside, Poku? I don't buy more upside.
With Poku, with more upside.
I mean, Jalen has more upside than Poku. Do you think?
I think so. In a sense, not in real life. In a sense that in fantasy, we've seen Poku get really hot. The stretch where, and we saw what he can do. I think that's his ceiling for now. I think we haven't seen really what Jalen Williams can do because of SGA's presence, because of Giddey's presence. If you remove SGA, I think not only Giddey but Jalen will show you something else, because he's in college. He was a player who could give out assists, he could facilitate, he could bring down the ball, could do a lot of things in college, which he hasn't shown in OKC, because basically he's been like the fourth option, the defender, just the jack of all trades kind of role. So I think the upside is that we don't know yet until what level really that Jalen can reach. I think can reach higher, way higher than what he has shown so far.
Yeah, it's just that the ceiling is there are other players blocking
Yeah.
him from getting to that ceiling, which are Giddy and SGA in
SGA. Yeah.
particular. So yeah, Poku, yeah, I don't mind dropping Poku if if he's not playing well, just add some of the hotter waiver wire pickups. The Anthony Melton, here we go again. The Anthony Melton. Well, to be fair, to be honest, his game slipped a bit.
Yes. Even
He started
Harden was
hot, and then even before Harden came back, he was hardly noticed.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing with Melton though is his value is really like that. He's not somebody who's gonna wow you with 30 points, 15 assists, something like that. He's more of like 6 rebounds, 4 assists,
Yeah, across the board type of production.
1.5, 2, 3, something like that, which he did today. But he did show for a while that he could score 20 points. He could get assists. He could be the lead guard. He did show for 1 or 2 or 3 games. But and then after that, as you said, it slipped. But it slipped to a point where he's still scoring double digits, still giving you the assist. I don't think he'll be scoring double digits when Harden is there. When I watched the game today, it was super frustrating if I'm Melton. Even if I'm Embiid, even if I'm Tobias, Harden's just like dribbling the ball the whole time, and until the last minute when he can't do anything, when he can't break down his man, he's just gonna pass at the last minute to either whoever's there. And then when you're holding the ball, the last few seconds, you're just gonna throw a bad shot, and that's just how it is. And with Melton, he's not somebody who can really make tough shots. So not really good for him. It's a little. Well, I hope you traded him before Harden came back, and I hope you trade him before Maxi comes back also, because when Maxi comes back, it's just gonna get worse for Melton.
Yeah, he probably came off the waiver wire as well because early this season he was a drop. When Maxi comes back, he could be dropped once again, but for now, just hold on to your Melton. Shake, meantime, had 11 points today. So maybe until Maxi comes back, he can be some streamer type. He might have some streamer type value. Because I think he came off the bench, the first one off the bench.
He came off the bench. He was the first one off the bench. He was still okay. And I felt like Harden's minutes was limited. Harden was at 18
he had
minutes.
38, right?
Yeah, but he had 18 at the end of the third. But I think he played most of the fourth and both overtime periods. 2 overtimes. It was a 2 overtime game. So that helped him to 38. And I don't think actually Philadelphia wanted to play him 38. Maybe they were limiting him to like 27 to 28 minutes because he, as I said, he was only at 18 minutes in the third quarter. But the overtime period, Embiid fouling out, that changed their plans. So yeah, for me, Milton for now, I think he's gonna get minutes in the 20s still when while Harden is trying to, I guess, fully recover from the injury.
Yeah.
So still hold.
Yeah, unless some hot free agent comes along. Alperen Sengun, another year, another problem with Alperen Sengun. Well, the problem might be with the rotations. I sense that Houston has this similar weird rotation. The same way that OKC does their rotations. They have two sure guys there in the top, in the sure rotational guys. Houston has Jalen Green and Kevin Porter Jr. And then OKC has SGA and maybe Josh Giddey. And then the rest, whoever's better matchup, maybe a good. The only difference is that Houston has better maybe fantasy players, particularly Sengun.
Yeah, they have more, I guess.
And they have Eason. They have more upside players who,
quantity wise, they have better. Of course, the top OKC as the top player.
Yeah.
But there are more valuable players there in Houston. Sengun is one. Jabari is playing better.
Yeah.
Playing better.
Double today.
Yeah. Jalen, KPJ, all of these guys, Eason, even KJ Martin. So there is just a frustration with Sengun. It's not his fault that he's not really again, he's becoming a problem. It's not his fault because if you see the last game, he missed like 10 of the 12 minutes of the fourth quarter. Previous to that, he sat out the last 16 minutes of the game. It's just, and they played Usman Garuba, they played Bruno Fernando, and I don't understand it. I really don't understand. A good thing though that Jabari isn't getting the Sengun treatment, because if Jabari was getting the Sengun treatment, we would have dropped Jabari already. Because Jabari is doing what, 12.7 rebounds in major minutes. Sengun is doing much more in lesser minutes.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Sengun is another worry player, but this is the usual Sengun. This is the, I don't know if it's a normal thing, right? But last year it was worse. This one, maybe he'll be back there. So he is not a drop. Way far from being a drop. Not like the Poku situation.
But unless they change coaches, I don't think we get the
full Sengun experience,
whatever that is.
Yeah,
because that's from the time he was drafted until now, everybody's like thinking of the dream of Sengun. I don't know what it is. I also am curious what is really the full Sengun experience. How high is the high of that experience? We don't know. We won't get it until Silas gets fired or something.
But Sengun is really young. I think he's just 19, right? Or 20.
Yeah, 19 or 20.
Yeah,
like
so
that.
This is still early. Maybe the full Sengun potential is maybe a couple of years away.
But he was picked 50s, a little high. So I guess you could see the frustration also. Last year he wasn't picked at all, or maybe late.
No,
drafts.
he was picked, but from a speculative standpoint, he was picked relatively high already, even outside the 100, because he didn't play much, right? Everything was speculation. It was speculation. Everything is speculation at this point.
But lesser investment. Now you invested a top 55 pick. I mean, and then you see him get 20 minutes, 25 minutes at games, and he coming off the bench to start the season. I don't know why they do that to him, because they didn't do that to Jabari. I mean, they just let Jabari, go. You start, you struggle.
No, I think it's also the position.
Maybe.
The position. He doesn't look. Sengun looks closer to a power forward than a center.
Yeah.
Right. He's not a big center, and maybe Garuba is a big
center, but he can be a power forward. I don't think he can be a power forward in the NBA. He looks a little bit not as the laterals are not as smooth, I would say. I don't know if he can defend at the power forward position, but let's see. As you said, he's still young. Right?
He's still young. I think that's it. That's it for Houston's point of view. I think they feel that this guy's still young, very not really raw, because he's the Turkish MVP, right? Before he went to the NBA, but not really raw. But I think there's more development that they want from him. Not that I'm defending the Houston coaching staff for this. I just feel like if they want to go big, they'll go Garuba. If today they were against Embiid, right? Either both of those guys would be killed by Embiid, but I think matchup wise, Garuba fits better when it comes to banging bodies with Embiid. I think just my sense, it's more of a matchup thing. So yeah, but I'm not a big fan. I'm not the fan of Sengun. I don't have any Sengun.
But if you have Valanciunas, I think if you can get Sengun for Valanciunas, I would do that. I would still get Sengun. I would still get Sengun over Nurkic, although not as confident.
Really?
Not as confident.
No, but come on. You don't get Sengun over Nurkic.
I still pick Sengun over Nurkic.
No.
Yes. For the rest of the season, I would still pick Sengun over Nurkic. There actually could be our face-off, although we had another face-off. But
no, you don't. I don't I don't see that. I would pick Nurkic over Sengun. I mean,
Um,
not. Do you consider this type of rotation?
even in this type of rotation, Sengun is ranked 70. Nurkic ranked 100. You look at the numbers of both players, you'll be shocked. We are already disappointed with Nurkic, but the numbers is already better than with Sengun, but the numbers are already better than Nurkic.
Yeah,
It's like
maybe
this.
so because
Both of
I
them are
don't
averaging
really.
14 points.
Yeah, go. Give me
Both
the
of them
numbers
are
because I don't really notice Sengun's numbers as much because I don't have any and I'm not really a big
I don't
fan.
have any Sengun. Actually, I don't have any Sengun or Nurkic also. But I just feel like people like your reaction makes me think that people really have a higher value of Nurkic. But if you look at the numbers, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, 0.8 steals. That's Nurkic. 56% field goal and 79% free throws. So across the board, just so, not great, but I mean disappointing already for his standards. But Nurkic is 14, 10, 2, similar. 14, 10, 2, 0.7 steals, 0.8 is Sengun, so similar again. 0.9 blocks, 1 block is Sengun, similar again. 51%. The only difference is he's shooting 70% from free throws and Sengun is shooting 79. That's basically the only difference. Their stats is
Turnovers.
exactly the turnovers.
They're
Nurkic is
probably
2.4 and then Sengun is 2.3. So it's exactly the same. But my point is, this is bad Nurkic already. Bad Sengun already. The upside.
What's the good Sengun? Have we seen it? We haven't seen the good Sengun.
But this is, I think, as low as you can go. Nurkic had these numbers with Lillard out for so long. So Sengun, imagine later in the season, Portland's fighting for the playoffs or whatever, and the Rockets are tanking. I would assume that his minutes would at least go a little higher. Sengun maybe can go to 16 points, maybe can go to 10 rebounds, 16, 10, and a couple more assists, maybe 3 assists. Still gonna be higher than Nurkic. So I just feel more confident with Sengun going forward for the rest of the season. So yeah, so Valanciunas is easy because he's really struggling right now.
Valanciunas is easy. Even early on, I think Valanciunas never really got it going. I mean, maybe he had 1, 2, 3 good games, and then that's it. Not really the Valanciunas we've seen last year, and even from years back. But yeah, comment down below.
Even Potel, I would go Sengun because of the tanking issues also. I would be worried about that.
And Potel's this year, the Potel we have this year is just mediocre. Not even good.
Solid, but not what we expected, and not the. I get your point.
Sometimes you get the 15 rebound type of game, right? And then 3-4 blocks type of game. I mean, we don't expect him to score, but the rebounding, he seems like the Gobert light, right? At this point.
Like this. Potel and Sengun are averaging the same number of blocks. 1. That alone, that's disappointing already. That's already disappointing. So we want him to get 2, at least 2. I mean, that's what you're known for, right? So that's disappointing.
Also very coincidental that Potel can be considered the Gobert of the 80s, right? Or the 80s rank, the low tiered centers, right? He's the Gobert there who get good field goal, good rebounding, good blocks. Both of those guys are not playing well or not doing well. So if you got them, you probably got those 2 players because of their rebounding, their blocks. That's it, and their field goal. But the field goal maybe it's there, but the volume hasn't been there. So I think those 2 have been really disappointing.
Nurkic is even easier call. I think somebody like Wendell Carter, if he was healthy, that would be a tougher call. Sengun or Wendell Carter. Surprisingly, these guys' stats are very similar. Very similar. Their stats are very similar. Even Wendell Carter. So it's funny to see their stats all bunched up together. So that makes it very interesting to see who do you want, this or that. But they're all similar. They're all almost the same.
Put that in tomorrow's face-off. We'll probably talk more about it in the face-off. Today's face-off is Lowry and Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yeah.
I think this is tougher because at the back of my mind, Lowry's what? How do you call that? The potential rest
Yes.
is
That's
there.
also
But this is
at the
an
back.
without the rest, without the injury, without the age. This is an easy Lowry for me. Um,
Without the age. You also added without the age.
yeah, because he's older,
That's
right?
fair. That's fair. Let's
No,
include the
he's
age.
older. He's older,
Yeah.
and that's the
No,
reason why he's.
let's include the age.
Are
Let's
they
consider
close?
that. But they're close. They're
All right,
close.
I might be.
You include the age, but remove the rest. So maybe
If
the rest.
I remove the rest, I think I'll go Lowry.
Me too. Me too. But Dinwiddie actually isn't far off. Also
The stats are
with
close. The stats are close.
they're close. And actually, like rankings wise, they're 64, 68.
Yeah.
Dinwiddie is actually ranked even higher at 64.
Yeah,
So
because of
and
the
it's also
field goal and turnovers.
yeah, the field goal, the turnovers, plus the fact that Lowry steals kind of went down this year. If total is a disappointment in blocks, Lowry this year has been disappointing in steals. But as you said, steals is a little, fluky. I mean, yeah, but Dinwiddie and Lowry are averaging the same number of steals.
Yeah.
So that makes Dinwiddie stats and rank go higher because he's better in the other categories. Scoring at this point. He's already better than Lowry in scoring and in rebounds and the other stats also. So it's Dinwiddie. I chose Dinwiddie because I consider the rest.
Yeah. If you consider the rest, then you probably go with Dinwiddie. If not, if both in an ideal world, you probably go with Lowry. Because the assist numbers could be better. I mean, I think that the assist numbers can still be better with Lowry. I know he has 6, but
yeah,
the potential
considering Jimmy might continue to rest and not play every game. Yes, for sure.
But yeah, comment down below who you pick in our FBW face-off. And also, the discussions we talked about a while ago, you can also comment on your thoughts here. All right, that's it for our quickie today, guys. As always, please subscribe, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on Facebook, on all our socials, all linked there in the description. And with that, we will see you guys again tomorrow for another daily fantasy quickie. Bye, guys.